Hi everyone and welcome to Darlene's Creative Studio. I am back from my trip and spent the last couple of days readjusting to the time zones for my trip from Scotland, and I have been working steadily on finishing up these Gojo journals. I took Mrs. Cogs' Gojo journal course before I went away, and I started on these and they've taken me forever to finish. There is so much in these little journals that every little step took a couple of days, and I finally finished them up last night. I probably still have some stuff that I want to stuff inside them, but they are basically finished. So what I'm going to do is just flip through one or two of them. They're basically the same. I've done 6 of them and just use the same digitals and cards and whatnot and just spread them throughout the journals. They're basically the same, but they have different fabrics. So I'm just going to quickly flip through 1 or 2 of them, and then you'll be able to see all the work that went into these. What I've done is covered the outside with some upholstery fabric. I found a large sample booklet at a secondhand store, and these are some of the samples for upholstering some of the sofas and chairs, I believe. So that's what I used for the covers. I've used my tea-dyed cotton for the tie, some of the tabs, and the bookmark. And I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. It has a nice long tie that you tie around the outside. And I've sewed something on the front of each cover. Each cover is different. This one has a little gypsy girl. And then the inside, there are 264 pages in here. That's why it took me forever to finish this project. The inside cover is canvas fabric, and I've sewn around the outsides and added a little lace pocket here. There are 4 signatures in this, and they're quite stuffed, as you can see. So there's 4 signatures there, and each signature has a different wallpaper, and vintage wallpaper is the cover, and there's some lace on the edges of some of the pages as well. So I'm just going to flip through really quickly, and then, like I say, each one has a similar digitals and stamping, just in a different layout, if you will. So in the inside cover, I've stamped a little frame so that you could label each section of the journal. Each signature has a different paper, and then what I've done is stamped in a frame so you could label this one or put a little image in there. There is some digital printing in here, and it's kind of sewing themed. And then there's some cotton tabs sewn on the pages. This is tea stain paper, and I've used some stenciling. I don't know if you can see some of the stenciling, but I've stenciled the papers as well. So each paper should have some stenciling on them. There is ledger paper, there is pattern paper. I've even used a little edge punch on some of these. So there's some more tea stain paper. I've added a little tag with some cotton tie, and then these are little bobbin spools. A little pocket there with another little card. Some graph paper with some digital imaging. Again, some tea stain paper with some lace and some digital printing. Some scrapbooking paper. And then I've just added the odd little button cards, and I printed them out in little miniature versions. So this is graph paper, tea stain paper, more lace. Let's open that one. And that's the center of it. And I've added a little digital print there, and that's the center. There's a little button card, thread card, I think it is. Scrapbooking paper, tea stain paper, another digital print, sewing machine, and then this is a little sewing machine ad with some children on it, and then there's a tag in here, and this has a little tuck spot here, and again the little tag, the little sewing tab at the top there. And then I've added another frame on the back cover. And that's the first signature. And then the second signature, again, I've added a frame so you can label it. This is scissors and a measuring tape. And your little tab on the top. This is a little pocket where you can add a little tea card or something like that, a little journaling card. And a little sewing machine ad. This is just a little index card, and I've added a little frame there and a little heart punch. And then this lined, you can't see the lines very well, but it is lined and it says notes. Some graph paper with another digital. An iron, some scrapbooking paper. And again, I've stenciled on some of the tea stain paper just to give it some. There's a little button card. In the center of two of them, I've added a little mini envelope with two little tags. And then on this side is another little tag as well. So there's another little tag on that side. Another little advertising card. So there, like I say, there's a lot of paper in these. They're just jammed, filled with papers. Here's another little notes. Tea stain, the edging. This one has another little tuck spot here. Another little tab on the top. And then again at the back, this is a little card for buttons. But it's a digital print. And then each cover has a little frame on the inside. And then there is a little bookmark here that you can put where you want to bookmark your page. This is a little sewing kit, digital print, little tab, another little pocket here. And again, this is a little pocket with a bobbin in it, and a little tag on top, and it has some lined there. There was a lot of stages to doing these little gojos. Mrs. Cogs' course was fabulous, but again, it took me a long time to finish these, so they're a lot of work. I might do a miniature scale version for my next ones. I really enjoyed doing the covers and doing this type of a little journal, but I may make them a little skinnier. This is a little vintage button digital. They're just really stuffed, and they were a lot of work sewing. And here's another little button ad. And we did the little edges and the scrapbooking paper. And this is wash, dry, fold, and press. Another little ad. Love this one with the little boy holding his umbrella and his puppy. This one's another little tuck spot. And these are great. They're a small size, so you can pop them in your purse. There's another button card there. And then again, the back of the signature, I've stamped a little frame there. And then the last signature, another advertising in your frame. A little tab. Another button or thread card there. Another pin cushion. Scissors, scrapbooking paper, another little card there, and again another of the envelope in the center with the tags. Another little ad there. Two Victorian ladies. Little thimble. And then this guy folds out. And then again your little frame there, and then another little pocket on the back. So they're nice and full. They're very, very thick. They are 4 by 4.5 and with a 1.5 inch spine. And they just tie by wrapping these around once pulling these two up and then tying a nice little bow on the front. Oops, I grabbed the wrong one there. Hold on, let me try that again. There. So each of them has a different cover. This one has the darker brown fabric and has the sewing ad. And this one has, again, the pocket. And they all have different wallpaper, vintage wallpaper. They have the same digitals in just in different locations. But this one I've used the coffee stencil, the splat and the coffee ring stencil. But again, it has the same digital imaging, just in different locations, the tags and that sort of thing. But again, it's the more of the splots, where the other one was more of a florally. I'm just going to flip through this one really quickly. This one has a little index there. And then the second one, these are the two vintage wallpapers. These has the coffee spots and the coffee ring. And again, they're the same type of layout, just the different vintage wallpapers, and the lace is, some of them have different laces. So that's that one. And again, the little envelope in the middle with tags and the pocket in the back. So there's that one. And this one has a little birdie nest. I believe this was an Edith Holden page, and the nice creamy cover, and then again the pocket on the inside, and then this is the vintage wallpaper. And this one has the nice, it looks like wallpaper almost, the stencil I've used. I'm trying to find it there. Very nice. And then these are the two wallpapers that you get within this journal. And again, it has the little envelopes and this vintagey wallpaper stencil. And again, the same type of setup with the little envelope. And this one has a creamier lace on the edging. And again, the pocket on the back. So there's the birdie one. We have McCall's magazine cover. This is 1918. And again, this one is more of a tweed. I really like this cover. And it has your little pocket. And then the vintage wallpaper. And then this has a tinier, thinner lace. And again, it's the vintage wallpaper type stencil, with the same tea stains and tags and digitals. The button cards and the advertisements. And again, the vintage wallpaper. And then I've used this other little stencil on the side of some of them. So the two vintage wallpapers are very similar. This one has the line with the circles, and this one just has the flowers. You have your bookmark in the center. You have your tags in your pockets. With your little tabs. And again, you have a pocket in the back. So there's the McCalls. Then we have another cream. I did 3 creamy ones and 3 darker ones. This one has a little bird nest on the front. And again, a nice creamy fabric. Now this one, I tried a different lace, has the pocket again. This lace is the white, and I really liked it, but it was stuck out quite a bit, so I didn't use it for any of the other ones, just this one. And again, it has the same, this one has the coffee splat on the papers. You can see the little, there, the coffee splat with the rings and the splat instead of the flower. So there's that one. And then the two different vintage wallpapers for the covers. And it has all the pockets and the little insides and the digital stamping. And the little tags on the inside. There's the coffee. And there's a center one. This one has a little tuck spot here. And again, this guy opens up. And I've added the little thing in the back of that frame there. And then there's another pocket there as well. So this is the creamy one with the creamy lace and the coffee stain. That's the bird nest. And then the last one, this one's kind of a softer suede-y feel, and it has the Queen Anne soap ad. And it has the pocket in the front. And this is the vintage wallpaper, and again the same type of digitals. This one has the wallpaper type stenciling, and this one has a little bit thicker lace on the edges, and I've added some little edging there as well. And then the two different vintage wallpapers are those two papers. And again, lots and lots of space, lots of writing space. And they're a great little purse size. Good for writing down ideas if you're journaling, want to do a project, or your, each signature could be labeled something different, and you could write ideas for journals, or something that you've seen, a project you're working on, the steps. It could just be a personal journal. Lots and lots of tea stain paper. It did take a long time to put these together because I did 6. I had so much fun making the covers, and I had so many samples. I was going to make a whole bunch, and I thought, well, maybe I should wait and see how hard they are to put together. And again, they were a lot of work to put together. So I'm glad I only stuck with the 6 when I started working on this project. And that's the reason I kept the digitals the same and the stenciling pretty much the same. Printing out the little cards, stenciling, these little, and distressing. There were so many different stages, gluing on the lace, then gluing in all the little cards that I printed out. Even something like this, adding the tags and those little note cards. These, there was so many little steps that you had to do. It was just taking the time to do each and every step. And that's the back cover, and then another little pocket there. So those are the 6 Gojos, Mrs. Cogs Gojo journals. I'm going to put them on my Etsy shop and get them listed right away. I do have today and tomorrow, May 30th and 31st is the end of the sale. I do have some of my fabric journals. On sale for 50% off. I'm just trying to clear them out because I have another project that I want to work on with some of the fabrics that I have. So I'm just clearing these out. The fabric ones, I think they're 22, so they're on sale for 11, 50% off. And there's quite a few of them here with the black elastic and the fabrics. And these are on today and tomorrow. And then I have some canvas ones, and they have the colored elastic, and on the inside as well, the elastic is colored. And this elastic came on a spool, and it was a rainbow of colors. So I more or less just pulled the elastic off, and they came out in different colors. So like pinks and reds, yellows and oranges. They're not specific. They are just done in a certain, there's some purples, and this one has some turquoise in there as well. There's one or two black ones there, but most of them have, I think there's some green ones here. There's a turquoise one, there's another black one, orange, that one has the pinks, and then this one has a little bit of green and yellow as well. So these are all on half price for 2 more days, and they come with the inserts. Some of the inserts are lined and blank, and it's cardstock craft, and it has the elastic on the inside as well. And I actually have one of these, and I've gessoed it, and I'm actually going to try painting on it. So this is canvas, so once I finish it, maybe I'll post that to see how it looks. But these are on my Etsy shop, May 30th and 31st, 50% off. Just trying to clear them out for the summer. I'm doing an art show in the summer, and whatever I don't sell today, I will actually put in the craft show. So I only have 3 with the black elastics. I'll actually get in touch with Lisa. Lisa was asking. I do have 3 with black elastics. I will contact her and let her know. She was asking if there was any canvas with black elastics. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out Mrs. Cogs' website for her Gojo journal course. Again, a lot of work, but a lot of fun to make. And I will get these 6 on my Etsy shop, hopefully today or tomorrow, so that you can purchase them. Again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.